Brent here from Speak English with This Guy, and in today's English lesson I am going to teach you 5 ways that you can learn English more quickly. But first I want to go down and check out the river here, and then maybe check out the bridge up there. We all have 24 hours in a day, no more, no less. So the important thing is to use those hours efficiently. That might be a new word for you, but efficiently means to make the most out of what you got. For instance, you want a bus to be on time. You want that bus to be working efficiently. You don't want it to be late. You don't want it to break down. The same can be said for learning English. You want to do it with wasting as little time as possible. My first tip for you is to wake up 1 hour earlier. If you are a night owl, you are not going to like this. If you're an early bird, you might already do this. But the important thing about waking up an hour earlier is that you will have fewer distractions. I'll tell you what, it is windy out here and pretty cold. It's about 30 degrees outside. I would not like to fall into that river. It looks like it's raging pretty hard. You might be wondering, what are distractions? Distractions are anything that keep you from making it to your goal, to keep you from attaining your goal. And your goal, I am sure, is learning English. If you have children, a distraction might be that they need you in some way. If you wake up before they do, they can't bother you while you're studying English. If you wake up an hour earlier, you are going to be less distracted by work. There will be fewer text messages you have to answer, fewer phone calls you have to return. If you wake up 1 hour earlier, you can have 1 hour out of your day dedicated only to learning English, nothing else. Let's try to make it up to that bridge somehow. But before we go up to that bridge, I might have to go back inside my hotel, warm up, and grab a thicker jacket. It's so cold, there's ice forming on the railings.
Going down.
There's that bridge. I just don't know how I'm going to get up there. I think I might need to go down there and walk around. All right, number 2 is cut back or cut out those distractions like social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Now let's talk about the difference between cut out and cut back. Cut out, that English phrasal verb, means you don't do it anymore. So you could cut out TikTok completely. Maybe you delete your account entirely. Cut back just means you're going to do it less. You're not going to do it as much. Oh, we gotta run across the street so we don't get hit. And the good thing about waking up earlier in the morning is that at night, you might be too tired to waste a couple hours on TikTok or scrolling through your Instagram. Some of you may know that I've been studying Italian for a little while now, and I used to love this TV series called Stranger Things, but learning Italian was more important to me. So when season 3 of Stranger Things came out, I decided that I would stop watching that TV show and focus on my Italian instead. Like I said earlier, we only have 24 hours in a day, and if I watch the entire season of Stranger Things, that might mean 12 or 13 hours that I wouldn't be studying Italian. Hey, we found the bridge. Well, let's just say you like a TV show too much that you can't cut it out. Well, just switch the audio to English instead of your native language. If that is too difficult, put on the subtitles. Use your favorite TV show as just another way to learn English. My hands feel like they're going to fall off. They feel like ice cubes. Let's do the next tips from somewhere warmer. Almost there. Much warmer in here. I'm inside the hotel gym right now for tip number 3, and that is listening. You can learn a lot of English simply by listening. And the great thing about listening is you can do it pretty much anywhere. You can do it on your way to work. Even if you are driving, you don't need to see anything but the road. You won't be distracted by anything on your screen if you're simply listening to a podcast. You can listen to English while you're doing chores around the house. You can even listen to English while you're working out. Getting fit and learning English at the same time, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Did you know I have an English listening podcast? It's called Learn American English with this guy. I'm this guy. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. It's the next day and it's a little sunnier, and I'm still at the hotel, but tip number 4 for you is find a dedicated workspace. A little corner of your apartment or your house that has a flat surface where you will be learning English. And learning English only. When you sit down at that space, it gets your brain ready to work and learn English. And along with this tip, you can turn your phone onto what we call airplane mode, which means it disconnects you from all of those distractions on the internet. My hotel has this neat little area that I could probably use as a dedicated workspace. In fact, I have used it as a dedicated workspace to edit some videos for you. Tip number 5 is find a language partner. This will keep you accountable. You'll have another person in which you're learning English with. And the best part is you could probably find this language partner for free on apps like Tandem or HelloTalk. HelloTalk is where I found some of my best language partners for Italian. And I know it might look like I'm in prison right now, but I'm actually in the stairwell of my hotel. It's just nice and quiet here. If you have a language partner, you can set up a time to meet so you won't forget or you won't get lazy. If you want to take your English to the next level, you could actually hire a tutor or even an English teacher on an app like italki. In the description below, I actually have a link where after your first lesson, you will get $10 off your next lesson. There are some teachers that are as cheap as $1 for a half hour. Now, they're probably not going to be native English teachers. Native English teachers are going to cost you a little bit more, but who knows? Try it out. It will probably cost you very little money, at least for the first couple lessons. I hope you have found these 5 English tips to be useful. If you're looking for more English, right up there, I have an English lesson at the Grand Canyon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.